יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך, ויחונך יישא אדוני פניו אליך, וישם לך שלום, וישם לך שלום. שלום, 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 וישם לך שלום. יברכך אדוני וישמרך, יאר אדוני פניו אליך, ויחונך יישא אדוני פניו אליך, וישם לך שלום, וישם לך שלום. שלום, 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 וישם לך שלום.
Hello everybody, this is Amichayam Indra Kumara from Israel, Jerusalem, and I have here with me Sherry and Nathan, right?
Yes.
And can you tell us about yourself?
Sure,
We just want to make this video sharing about journeying to the Hall of Amenti, and there are many energetic initiation and activation that we can go through in this space. And you two have a internet site called?
Red Pill Oracle is the name of our site.
And you also have this, a Facebook group called Hall of Amenti.
We have a page called the Halls of Amenti, and we'd like to invite everybody to post anything they can about their own experiences or information on Amenti. It is all welcome, and we want to be a place for everybody to share our personal rediscoveries of Amenti.
So basically, everybody wants to know what is the Hall of Amenti.
Yes. And if somebody knows something we don't, post it.
So I can do a lot of sharing, but I think I will be a gentleman and let you speak first.
What is the Hall of Amenti? To me, the Hall of Amenti has many, many aspects. It is first and foremost to me that it is the heart of Earth. It is her sacred center where she holds space and allowance for all of us. And it is the place where we can all come together, all hearts on this planet, in unity. And it's a place where, you talk too.
Well, it's the sphere of Amenti would be the ever-growing, expanding potential of a return to unity consciousness as a connection to Source. It is the be-all, end-all finish to our journey, the destination of our path, and our guide through ascension.
Okay, So I will give now my presentation. The Hall of Amenti is the sacred heart space of the earth itself. And within it, there is a white flame or a crystal flame that is burned eternally in the shape of the flower of life. And within the flower of life, there is the tree of life. And around it sits 7 very advanced beings known as the Lords of Amenti. And around them, there is 32 beings that are called the Children of the Light. And all this knowledge was given to humanity through a very sacred text called the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean. And within it, he not only described the halls, but really gives the keys of meditation and a certain mantra that allows everybody to experience this energetic space. In this book that I have it also, you can find it all over the internet, but there is also a written book, a printed book that has the commentaries of this person that found these stones. His name is Dr. Doriel. And he says that basically it's a 9th dimensional space. And those Lords of Amenti are also called the Elohim Lords. And they created us in their image. So in the in the Bible, Elohim usually it's although it's a plural name, for people who don't go into the esoteric meaning of things, Elohim is just like the one God. But you could ask, why is the one God called in a plural? Because if it was a one God, it would name in Hebrew El, or El Elyon, like the Most High God. So why Elohim? So Elohim is like the creator gods or co-creator gods that are not the highest being in existence, but they are beings that they exist in the 10th dimension and higher, and they are our higher selves, in fact. So, and also in the same Gospel of Peace, and also anyone who read any things about this saint, they call themselves the Children of the Light. And basically, I came to the understanding that our higher self are part of the Elohim Lords. So we both created the human body and the body of the earth, and basically all the universe we created. And then we wanted to experience our creation, and we came into these mortal bodies. And although our higher self are immortal beings that also has bodies, but as Thoth explained it, they incarnated their soul into different bodies. So we are playing like we created this world, and we are playing like a hide and seek game. Like, are we going to wake up to the understanding that we were the ones who created this world? And if we are going to awake to this, how are we going to change the world based on this understanding? So basically, this is what the path of ascension is about, is reconnected to unity consciousness and recreated with our higher selves. And within the Hall of Amenti, it's both the tree of life is, how to say it? Well, it starts from the miniature, like the flower of life is the pattern of the cells, how they form in the body. So basically it starts from the most smallest things, and it also our entire body, and it's also the shape of the earth and the shape of the solar system and the shape of the galaxy and the universe. So it's all in this beautiful structure, this sacred geometry. And there are higher initiation that happens when we invoke into the Hall of Amenti the higher councils, like the council of the solar logos, which his name is Helios and Vesta, and the solar. So it's all, there are all sort of spiritual councils in the higher dimensions, and there are the planetary council and the solar council, the galactic council, universal, multi-universal, and cosmic councils. So basically, within the Hall of Amenti, we can invoke all those councils to stand around the planet in a concentric rings. And this is a meditation I received that I call it the global government or the divine government meditation. And it's a vision that I have a few years ago about having enlightened governments around the world. And basically, I started with this meditation to broadcast it from the Hall of Amenti to the internet, which is the etheric and all the energetic energies of the earth itself. And since then, I connected to this organization, Swiss Indo, that is going to actually manifest this divine government that is working in co-creation relationship with the higher councils. And so, do you have anything to add before we open the portal? And
Oh, I'm ready to go, but
No, we're ready. We're ready to do it.
okay, let me just grab a glass of water. Before we go, I want to show you this picture I drew yesterday. This represents the monad mandala. Monad is the spirit self. And within the process of ascension, we are asking, who am I? And going from the personality into remember our soul, different soul memories. And sometimes within the soul memories, we have things that are not unfinished businesses. So basically, we need to finish the lesson that is affecting our own body and our own life in a very real way.
and I feel like that a lot of us is stored in the records of Amenti and our soul sparks, and it's about us entering into this space with Earth and getting this reincorporation of knowing and remembering ourselves. And we are there. We are there already. We are protected there. And all the souls that are there are all us. They are all a part of us. And it's about reconnecting to all of those incarnations and experiences and reintegrating it all into the here and now. It's
Little bubbles of soul memory.
little bubbles of soul memory, yes. and we can call them all back, and we can, call all of our wholeness into the knowingness of the moment.
Yeah, into alignment of here and now.
So it's a place to work with on an individual level of, our memories and reintegration.
Yes. So the Hall of Amenti is also the Hall of Records, where we have access to all the memories of basically all the universe and the multiverse. And it's really, you said it very well.
And just like we said bubbles and laughed, just like you imagine two soap bubbles, as soon as they connect, whoop, one bubble. That's how you absorb, you remember, you collect, you reintegrate. And you just imagine it's completely effortless and natural. The two bubbles, let's say we're in one and our soul memories in the other. And between those two bubbles, we want to get here, that bubble wants to get here, and we meet in the middle. Above and below are drawn together, or side by side in this illustration. And then you have it. And that's where we...
So it's not only a place of, I think it's a place of unity as an individual, but it's also a place of unity for all of humanity.
As a collective.
Exactly. And that's why I think you're saying it's all fractal. It's all from the tiniest little...
From the atom to the largest solar system, or the largest universe, it's all fractal. One fraction of one piece of another is exactly the same.
Yeah. And I found it very beautiful.
Yeah.
When you look at sacred geometry and sense, wow, this is exactly how nature is, from the little cell to the biggest galaxies. It's all the same fractal, all the same beauty.
Yeah, and it's the same energy that binds everything. It's all love. The same love that makes an electron stay with its nucleus in an atom, the same love that makes a cell form in a single cell organism, the same energy that makes a group of organisms work together inside of our body, inside of a tree, inside of anything living. It's the same energy keeps the sun in orbit around a galactic central sun, and it's the same energy that keeps planets, moons, everything. It's all the same thing. And that's one of the keys of the sacred geometry, is what makes the lines, what makes all of that stuff bind together and form. It's love energy. It's the same energy that runs the entire multiverse. Works all the way down to as small as you can imagine.
Yeah. And there is an important to the number 12 plus 1, which is 13. And in Hebrew, it equals love.
Yeah.
And also equal echad, one, the oneness. And I want to show some of my light technology that I have. This is called the Hoshen stone, and it was worn by the high priest of Israel. And in a book that you mentioned, you love very much, the Secret Teaching of Atlantis, it says that this is Atlantean technology. And in this magical stuff, that this wand that I have constructed, I call it the Keys of Atlantis. And basically, it's based on, there are the same stones here. And basically, the idea of the magical one is as above, so below. And so it has 12 and 1. And this is also the 12 stones that are sitting in the heart, so it becomes the 13. And again, love and 1. And for me, when I hold this stuff, this wand, and when I have it, this bracelet on my heart, it really connects me. Although I don't really need them, but I like to create things in a physical way. To sort of like manifest spirit in matter.
Yeah.
So
The way of seeing how you feel in physical form.
yeah, I think the left side of the brain needed these confirmations.
Well, and it's the way to give a little push to morphic field creation into physical manifestation. And that's how...
It's another way of tying the two, etheric and physical, together by having a physical item.
Yeah, so just like yoga, it means a union of the personality with God. So basically, all this, having a magical wand or breastplate like this, and you can really get the stones anywhere. And it's a kind of yoga. It's a kind of a physical thing that helps to connect.
Yes.
Okay, I think we are ready for the journey.
Yeah.
So there are many ways, but I think we will use the mantra that appears in the book, the Emerald Tablets of Thoth the Atlantean, and it goes like this: Mekut el Shab el Zurben el Zabrut Zin Efrim Kwar el. Mekut el Shab el Zurben el Zabrut Zin Efrim Kwar el. Mekut el Shab el Zurben el Zabrut Zin Efrim Kwar el. And just by saying those words, there is a portal that opens in the space. And we are basically, I'm living in Jerusalem, and you are, where do you live?
And close to El Paso, Texas, in the Southwest United States.
But we are talking about a reality that is beyond time and space. So basically, it is as if we are living or sitting in the same room, and in the center, there is this portal. And I see it like a sun, like a glowing sun. And let us imagine ourselves going into the sun. And just by going into this portal, we find ourselves already there in the Hall of Amenti. And we might feel the glow of the crystal flame in the middle. From the floor, we are sitting with a circle of the laws of Amenti. For me, they look like a Native American chiefs with their feathers and like a bonnet of feathers. But this is the way I see it. How do you feel this space, and how do you see?
Every time I enter, I usually end up right in the middle of the crystal flame, and that's where I just am drawn to, and I just hold that space in the great portal itself. I see how it appears for me as I see different, like there are 6 different caverns that surround me, and I see they all have entrances to different areas and different aspects, and
connecting web of tunnels that connect, extend, and reach beyond our physical plane, beyond our understanding of our physical plane, as portals that connect not only all over Earth, all over the solar system, on up the fractal scale, as a portal of, we'll say, through the source, through Elohim. The portal is branched out through all of creation. And it's in the halls of Amenti, we find ourselves as in the trunk of a tree, looking at all of the roots, looking at all of the branches. Another way of understanding it is as a torus, a toroidal field. Hall of Amenti seems like that to me. That's what I see.
Okay. So I received a meditation and activation to open the flower of life, and I was told that this is the way. In the Emerald Tablets, I think in the first chapter, it says that not as the little men of this age did the sons of Atlantis live. they renew their bodies from time to time in the Hall of Amenti. And I was told, I don't have yet a physical proof for this claim, but I was told that this is the way they did it. So if we are going to live for 20 or 30,000 years, so I guess it will be a good proof that this is the secret.
Yeah.
And
Time will tell.
We just have to wait and see.
yeah, but in the meantime, you know what? Let me quote Thoth. In the 13th chapter, this is the printed version of this book, and in the 13th chapter, he's talking about, it's called the key of life and death. List ye, O man, hear ye the wisdom, hear ye the word that shall fill thee with life. Hear ye the word that shall banish the darkness, hear ye the voice that shall banish the night. Mystery and wisdom I have brought to my children, knowledge and power descend from old. Know ye not that all shall be open when ye shall find the oneness of all? One shall ye be with the masters of mysteries, conquerors of death and masters of life. Ay, ye shall learn of the flower of Amenti, the blossom of life that shines in the halls. In spirit shall ye reach that hall of Amenti and bring back the wisdom that lives in light. Know ye the gateway to power is secret. Know ye the gateway to life through death. Ay, through death, but not as you know death, but death that is life and fire and light. Desire thou to know the deep hidden secret? Look in thy heart where the knowledge is bound. Know that in thee the secret is hidden, the source of all life and the source of all death. List ye, O man, while I tell the secret, reveal unto thee the secret of all. Deep in earth's heart lies the flower, the source of the spirits that bind all in its form. Know ye that the earth is living in body, as thou art alive in thy own form. The flower of life is thy own place of spirit, and stream through the earth, as thine flow through thy form, giving of life to the earth and his children, renewing the spirit from form unto form. This is the spirit that is form of thy body, shaping and molding in its form. So basically, this is what Thoth is saying. And in the Bible, when God creates in 7 days, he says, Vayi Or, which means let there be light. And the meditation goes like this. We see ourselves like laying down in the Hall of Amenti, when the center of the flame is in the heart space. And when we say Vayi O, we see like a sphere is lit from the center. You know, the symbol of the sun is like a center, a circle with a point in the middle. So think about it as a three-dimensional, like a sphere, and from the center of the sphere, which is like the Hall of Amenti compares to the whole Earth. So the light is opened, and then the whole sphere is enlightened. So each time we're going to repeat this Vayi O 7 times, and then another 12. And from then on, it will go on and rotate eternally onward. So this is the meditation I received, and so let us practice it. We can make like an energy ball and put it around the heart, and see ourselves laying down on the crystal flame in the heart of Amenti. And let us say, Vayi O.
Vayi O.
Let there be light, and let's see this sphere enlightened, full of, like, radiating like a sun. And then we go a little higher to the top of the sphere, and then we say again, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
So now it's like a vesica Pisces, two circles connected. And then we go to the left side a little bit, and the third sphere is now formed when we say Vai-O.
Vai-O.
Vai-O. I have it on my wall here, so you can look at it. And then we go to the fourth sphere, and again says Vai-O.
Vai-O.
And we go down to the fifth sphere, and again repeat this mantra, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
And go to the right side and says Vai-O.
Vai-O.
And the seventh complete the first round, which is the seed of life, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
And now it goes up, another vesica Pisces, and we're going to repeat this mantra for another 12 times, and we go clockwise this time. So we start from the 0, Vai-O,
Vai-O.
and we go to the 1, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go to the second, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
The third, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
The fourth, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
Each time we sing a ball of light opening, a sphere opening. We go now into, where were we? The fifth or sixth? We go to the fifth and says, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go to the sixth, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go into the seventh, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go to the eighth, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go to the ninth, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go to the 10th, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
We go to the 11th, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
And we go to the 12th, Vai-O.
Vai-O.
And now the flower of life is continued, enlightening outward to infinity. We just observe this like a spiral going outward. Another sphere and another sphere is enlightening. And just let us continue to breathe the crystal flame, the white or crystal flame, and see all this regeneration of all the cells going all over the physical body, and then continuing into the etheric body that is around 5 centimeters from the physical body. And basically, if our etheric body is completed, there is no reason why our physical body should die or have any illness. And it goes on into the emotional body, which is about 30 centimeters away from the physical. And it's more like as a feeling of more like water. So in fact, water and crystal is the same element. It's both as a memory. So crystal is a condensed water. And let all the water, the physical water and the astral water. In the Kabbalah, they call the difficult emotion the lower water. And there is the higher water, which is the water of heaven, the water of divine love. So we ask the Lords of Amenti to allow this flame, the crystal flame of Amenti, to heal our emotions, to heal the inner child, to heal the shadow self. And we would like to also call upon the spirits of the water element all over the planet, and the whales and the dolphins, and all the creatures of the oceans, to be with us, to sing with us. I hear all sort of sounds. Do you hear sounds of dolphins and whales singing?
I heard more wave sounds, but yes, there's sound. Water.
I would like to offer the dolphins my voice if they want to channel, or the whales if they want to use my voice to bring of some of their. I never done it before, but I saw Tom Kenyon does it, so
Yeah.
let's go and do some. Now I hear in my inner ear the Lords of Amenti sing, and their chanting is very low, like Native American chant, and I would allow them to, if you want to contribute or you feel welcome, I will warm my drum before I allow the Lords of Amenti to sing from my voice. You have something you wish to share in this moment? What you feel, what you experience?
I really felt the dolphin speaking. It was like a blue light just washing over. It was beautiful. I not only heard it and felt it, but saw it as light. It was really cool.
Here, my drum is ready. I often do this type of singing I call it singing the soul back home. And it all the time comes from the Hall of Amenti, from the heart of the earth.
Well, it sounded like there was more than one of you there.
Sound like we heard everyone singing.
So now the flame, the crystal flame, is also unfolding our mental body. Continue in this very spiraling and go into our soul bodies. After this soul retrieval song, this bringing back the soul, the soul fragments back home. And it goes into the soul body is also called the Buddhic body. And now it goes into the Atmic body, which has to do with where our will can be one with the divine will. And this is very much connected to the energy of the blue flame that helps one to unite the personal will with the divine will. And above this body, there is the monadic body, which is soul group. Like I showed this mandala of all the different soul groups connected to the higher dimensional frequency. So we just allow the crystal flame to enlight all this mandala of 144 souls that are part of our monad. You can just use this drawing to just imagine it happening again, like all this, like we did before this VIO. You can imagine each group is, when you say VIO, it's the same process is happening now on this 12 times 12. And beyond that, there is the logic body. When we open up this body, it's in the 7th dimension, and it is connecting our energetic body with the body of the earth. So let us just imagine the Christ consciousness grid now around the earth. And as we activate our logic body, so does the Christ consciousness grid all around the earth. It is around 200 meters around the earth, and as anchoring points connected to many of the pyramids around the planet. And in many sacred stone circles and many other, the ancients used to build their temples around those sacred spaces where the Christ consciousness grid is anchoring. And it is part of the vision that I drew this drawing to have many cities of light or spiritual communities around those sacred spaces, to really hold the light, the mandala of the 144,000 light workers. That when this mandala will become a reality, the earth will be living in a perpetual state of unity consciousness. Like some of us remember from the time before the fall of Atlantis and Lemuria, and even more ancient times. There are civilization called Hyperborea and the Adam Kadmon civilization, which is the first angelic beings, were very much like the laws of Amenti. The first human beings that walk on the earth were very much like angelic human beings. In the Kabbalah, they call it Adam Kadmon, or primordial man. And this is only in this incarnation of the earth, because the earth has at least 9 or more times that it was created and destroyed. And in this time, I think we, the collective consciousness of the humanity, which is also the collective consciousness of the Elohim Lords, we decided to do something different than creating and destroying and creating and destroying. Because some people believe that this is what is going to happen in 2012. And apparently we decided to go in another direction.
That's right.
We want to have a different game.
We were actually married on December 21st,
2012.
2012.
Wow.
All the new beginnings.
That's a good celebration, a good reason for celebration.
Yeah.
So just let us contemplate on this. What is it, the new vision, the new dream that humanity chose to dream, to live, I want to invite the planetary Logos, which is the being known as Lord Buddha. And around him, there is 12 ascended masters. They are the Trons, the priests of the cosmic rays of God's light. And they are standing in a circle around the world and around us. And Lord Buddha is now come to bless us. He brings like a golden ball of light, like a sun. And this sun is shining pieces of gold all around our energy bodies and the energy body of the earth. And it just gives us a blessing of peace, enlightenment, ascension, awakening, love, tranquility. I see him smiling in a very shining way. His face is very shine like a sun. Do you have anything to say or to share? What is your experience right now?
I just feel joy, so much joy.
The blessing, the feeling, the vibration of Buddha is one of peace, calm, joy, radiance. And it feels very calm and radiant, very happy.
I feel a lot of brotherly love, or both brotherhood and sisterhood, like this great love of the brotherhood of all men and the sisterhood of all women and men together. This is really what Lord Buddha is seeing and dreaming for all of us as the being whose energetic body is surrounding the earth at this time. For all men to be one in a web of light and life and love. And we would like now to invite the next council, the solar council. The lords of this council is known as Helios and Vesta, the solar logoses. And together with them, there are the Kumara family from Venus, Sanat Kumara, Lady Venus, and many of the Trons of the Venusian priesthood, and also from other stars in the solar systems. So now basically we connect to the heart of the sun by just inviting them into the Hall of Amenti to be with us. And we can, feeling this feeling of non-locality, we are both in the third dimension and also in the ninth dimension within the Hall of Amenti, and both in the sun. And within our multidimensional space that we are in, we can feel both those three locations as one. our heart, the heart of the planet, and the heart of the sun as one. And just feel our hearts shining like a sun of life, sun of light, sun of love. I feel inspired to share part of the teaching of the Hussein. This is a song called The Brotherhood. Behold how good and how pleasant it is for the children of light to dwell together in unity. For the brotherhood the Heavenly Father has commanded the law, even life forevermore. The law was planted in the garden of the brotherhood to illuminate the hearts of the children of light, to make straight before them the 7 and 7 path leading to the tree of life, which stands in the midst of the eternal sea. Do you have anything you wish to share at this point?
There's so much radiance, and also the intense purifying fire that the sun brings in. It's almost like just makes you just want to throw your hands up and just say, I let it all go. It's a total purifying surrender.
I really enjoy being in this space. The golden energy I feel around. And in this occasion, I would like to ask to reconnect to those parts in our human society which has tried to break away from the Earth civilization. Not sure if anyone knows, but there is such a thing as a breakaway civilization. And I would like to send our love to those brothers within the human race who have chose to try to disconnect from the rest of us. And we have to send them love as well. Even if before they did it, they tried to conquer the world through the the Second World War. And even though they tried to hold us in a quarantine state, locked up in this planet, now people like David Wilcock and Kerry Goddy has released many information about those. And we want to basically forgive them for their crimes against humanity and send them some love, to feel that they are our brothers and sisters, and some of them are held in a captive, forced labor stations all around the solar system. and we ask for their liberation. And again, we want to return those soul fragments of humanity back home. And for them to share with us their technologies, their technical advancement. So all of us will be able to go all around the solar system and the galaxy and beyond. And now I would like to call another council, the Galactic Council. His leader is known as Lord Melchior. We invite him now to join us in the Hall of Amenti. And around us, with their light ships, are joining the Ashtar Command and the Syrian and the Pleiadians and the Arcturians and the Andromedans, and all the beings of light, the space masters, the space people, the galactic ascended masters. And as we reach out to the stars, we want to remember our oneness with the galactic family, and to have their technology, have their healing abilities, and just basically remember who we are. Basically, we are all star seeds, all the beings on planet Earth. Even if we don't know that, we all came from the stars. And they are not aliens, they are our space brothers and sisters. And we wish with all our hearts for the time of our reunion with our space brothers. We invite the peaceful collaborations and diplomatic relationships. We invite full disclosure from our governments. It is one of their agendas of the star people that in order for the human race to join the galactic civilizations, we have to come to a peaceful world, peaceful civilization. And this is one of the terms. And because they don't want to intervene in our society in a direct way, they just share with us, with those who are open telepathically and through channeling and through other ways of communication, to have this remembrance of all our star lineage and star inheritance, star memories. Some people know to speak light languages or extraterrestrial languages. Although I hear them in my mind, I'm maybe I'm still have this left brain blockage to start to speak now. And I know many friends who are already liberated themselves from this worry. But I really hear in my mind now this light language. And I ask anyone who will see this to just, if he wants to open up to this kind of relationship with the star people, just allow it. Just say, I allow it. I open up now to hear these light language transmissions and maybe also understand what they're saying. So although I don't want to start to talk in a light language, I really feel their intention is to say that, to express their love and to allow us to remember from our hearts our oneness with them, our connection with them. And it is this love connection, this heart connection that will set the tone of all this diplomatic expo politics relationship we're going to develop with the star people. Do you want to share something? What is your experience?
Just feel welcome. Welcome home. Welcome back. Come see us anytime.
Land in our backyard.
Well, I feel them saying it to us. Welcome, come visit us anytime you like, us to them, as much as them to us.
I really want to have a ride on one of your ships. It looks very fun. Now I'd like to call yet a higher Council of Light, which is the Universal Council, and his leader is called Lord Melchizedek. And I ask all his Divine Council, Universal Council of Light, to be with us at this time. Lord Melchizedek wants to invite us to remember our relationship with the order of Melchizedek, which is a universal order, which is found all over the universe, the priestess of Melchizedek, and was behind all the historic brotherhoods of light, all the ascended masters who have walked and influenced our society, were all members of this ancient brotherhood of light, of the Melchizedek order of light. And one of the names of the Hall of Amenti is the temple of Lord Melchizedek in the heart of the earth. This is how Joshua Davidstone called it. And Lord Ardal, which is the leader of the Lords of Amenti, and Lord Melchizedek are one and the same being. and the order of the Elohim and the order of Melchizedek is one and the same. And he asks us to remember within our soul memories all the teachings we have gathered in all our incarnations, all around this universe and beyond. And basically the new role that the Earth collective consciousness of humanity has decided to manifest after we did a professor degree in a separation consciousness. We want to be a place that is the keeper of the divine celestial wisdom. And for that to happen, each and every one of us requires to remember all the wisdom you have learned through all the different mystery schools, in all traditions and in all times and in all planets, and bring this into manifestation in this world at this time. So Lord Melchizedek really is calling everybody who feels a soul connection to the order of Melchizedek to open up a mystery school, an ashram, and spiritual community, and to make these teachings available, like in the time of Atlantis and Lemuria and ancient civilizations, where the priesthood of Melchizedek were part of the culture, part of society. Lord Melchizedek is using my hand now as sending a ray of light to activate all the heart chakras of all the people all around the world. And to give them a blessing of light, of golden light, of peace, shalom, shalem, the peace of Melchizedek, of the King of Shalem. A few days ago, I gave an interview with Carrie Alice on Natural Better TV. I was speaking about this, the light of Shalem, the light of peace that emanates from Jerusalem. And Lord Melchizedek wants to send all of us this light now, to remember his essence. Shalom Shalem, Ori Shalem, the light of Shalem. The light of wholeness. Shalom Aleichem. Peace be upon you. And I want to invite an even higher council, the multi-universal council, and its leader is Archangel Metatron. In the tree of life is the archangel of the crown sphere. And in the tree of life, in the kabalistic tree of life, the crown is the first emanation of light that can be sort of like as a vessel, as a manifested. It's beyond the sphere of Keter, crown. There is only infinite light. You cannot define anything. You just see light, infinite light. And we invite the council, the multi-universal council of Metatron, to just share their vibration with us. When Yeshua says, I am the light and the life and the way, and no one goes to the Lord by through me, going through me, basically he was talking as Metatron, because Metatron is the angel that brings the soul back to God, back to the source. And any time you wish to have a direct conversation with God, you might invite Lord Metatron to bring you into direct contact with the One. In the Bible, when Moses saw the flaming bush, he asked God, how am I going to introduce you to my people? He says, Eheye asher eheye. I am that I am. Tell them this is my name. And in the Kabbalah, when we want to invoke the sphere of Keter, we repeat this name, Eheye, 3 times. So let us have this chant now. Eheye. 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 And we see Archangel Metatron is standing within our Keter sphere, on top of our head, connecting us, opening our crown chakra and soul star chakra, and connecting us to the source of all life, to the One, infinite light, Or Ein Sof. And I would like now to invoke the One, God and His feminine aspect, the Shekhinah, God, Goddess of all that is, and His cosmic council. And within this space, there is like a crystal cluster, like this, and each crystal is like a soul, and together this is the monads. And our spirits were birthed, and our souls were birthed from those crystal clusters. And now you might see each cluster as a different color. This is related to the cosmic rays of God's light. And you might just look around you and see what cluster you belong to, what cluster your soul came from. And just enter this. It's like a chamber, a crystal chamber. See yourself entering into one of these crystal chambers. So your whole aura is within the crystal chamber. And when you enter it, it's starting to have this this like vibration. And now God, the Mother, Father, God wants to invite you for a sort of like a soul rebirth. Allow their light to renew your souls and your spirits in the eternal fire. Esh HaKodesh. Ruach HaKodesh. The Holy Spirit. And God wants to reawaken His covenant with all of us, the children of the light. And while He is the source of all life, and He is everywhere, and everything is within Him or within them, both the male and the female, which are ever one. He only asks one thing of us, and that is to make Him a home in the lower world as it is in the higher dimensions. And basically, this is the sacred essence of the marriage between the female and the masculine. And if we come to remember what is the true essence of marriage, to embody the feminine and the masculine aspects of God, Goddess, all that is, and to make Him a home in the lower worlds as in the higher worlds. And within this energy of oneness between the male and the female, the light and the dark, this is the dawn of the new day, the new age, the golden age. Is it anything you wish to share with us? What is your experience?
I feel so much inning in like a cosmic dance. It's just beautiful. The interplay of the male and the female. It's always this divine, ongoing dance. And it feels so safe and so loving. You?
Yeah.
It's almost so much. It's almost intoxicating. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it has a feeling of ecstasy.
Yeah.
And ecstasy means to exist beyond the boundaries of time and space. And this is why shamans used to dance and sing and make love and to celebrate the oneness of all that is. So maybe another song.
That's a good song.
Well, it's 11 o'clock in the night, so I don't want to overdo it.
Yeah.
Before the neighbors come knocking on my door. So, wow.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
So this is the magic of the Hall of Amenti.
Yeah.
The door to all wonders.
Infinite possibilities.
Just think where you want to go. This is the way. Where? Any dimension, any space, any... Wow. Can you describe to us what in your website you talk about bilocation? Can you describe what it is, bilocation?
Well, and we all have different names for things, and you hate to label something. I didn't know what to call it at first when I started doing this. I called it, at first I called it dreaming and lucid dreaming and meditative dreaming and
Traveling.
huh?
Traveling.
Your empathy drive. I love referring to it as an empathy drive, because to me it is a process of when we connect and resonate with something, then we just we gravitate to it and it to us. and we find ourselves seeing and perceiving through its eyes of perception. I found myself really traveling to the sun a lot, and it's just a matter of joining into the energy of the sun. If you can hold the neutrality and love and acceptance and support for all, you just kind of get sucked right into the center of the sun, and you can see and feel through its eyes, which gives us a different perception and perspective. So I don't know, when do you know you're bilocating? For me, it's like when you're more here than there. More there than here. When you're perceiving more through its eyes. And it's really, imagination kind of kickstarts the whole thing a little bit sometimes. But it's not all to do with imagination, because it's a place of no thoughts. When you go into that heart space, it's just a state of being and feeling. And, we bring all of us with us, and I'm sure our imaginations are part of that. But there were actually things that were just, coming to me left, right, and center. It's like synchronicities to say after the fact, oh my gosh, you really were there. And I think just like we did, we just trilocated, and you can keep. We're so multidimensional that we can be so many different places at once. We're not locked into being here or there, and that's kind of a misnomer, because it's all always here and now.
I would say, the way I understand, use your imagination. Let's say you want to go visit an underwater city, an etheric city underwater. You say, what would it feel like to be there? And your imagination lets you go. And then you release all expectations, all ideas, all imaginary ties as to what you think is there. And what you see, feel, and understand through your empathy, through your connection to love, connection to your higher self, connection to earth, connection through fractality to the all, will blow your mind, because it won't be anything like you've ever seen on TV, you've ever thought about in a book, you've ever seen a picture. It's completely different.
It's always better than you could ever possibly conceive. And
it's through that empathetic connection, which is our sympathetic vibration to the all. All vibrates our sympathetic vibration. We vibrate with it. Empathy is the act of identifying that vibration and vibrating with it, in my mind. And once you can pull yourself to the vibration of the sun, pull yourself to the vibration of the galactic central sun, then all of those places are right there at your fingertips to see and feel and understand their perspective towards down lower as well as up higher. It's a multidimensional thing. It's very fun.
I came to understand that any name of any master, you pronounce his name, it's a kind of a vibration. Basically, every human beings, I do a lot of distant healing, and everything that I need in order to connect energetically to energetic space of another person, it doesn't matter if he's on the moon or in a different country, I just need his name. Yeah. And I ask God, Goddess, all that is, please show me the energetic space of this person. And when I say his name, it is as if he's standing right in front of me.
That's right.
Yeah.
And then I can do anything that a healer does if the person was really standing in front of us. And I've been working for 8 years with a clinical psychologist called Yuval Karmi here in Jerusalem, and basically have I don't remember how many, but hundreds, if not thousands of people And I have many accounts of that it really helps people. So I can, it is grounded enough for me, the experience that you can be in many locations at the same time and have an actual effect on reality.
Absolutely. And I think everything starts with a feeling and a vibration, all of creation. And I think that's how the morphic field works. It all starts in the morphic field, and then, then we bring it into thought, and then we bring it into physical acting of building and creating something. But it all starts there. And it is our way of morphically creating the new world that we wish to embody, to live in and perceive from. And I think everybody has the natural ability to do this. It's in us. It's in our genetics. It's who we are. We are feeling beings, and it's something that you can practice and hone and find your own way and what works for you, and experiment and explore. But it's something we all have the natural capability to do. We're all empaths.
Well, and the thing about bilocating is using it as a stepping stool to then traveling to see yourself, meaning go up higher dimensional, see the rest of you, the part of you that's not here on this plane of existence. And the bilocating is one of the greatest tools. It's a pathway to understanding how you can reconnect with your truest essence, meet your highest potential, and which is, in effect, saying connect with Source, connect with all that there is. And so as all of us go through our different levels of understanding, some people go conspiracy theory, some people go the pyramid theory, conspiracy theory, some people go through all the mystery schools, but they all lead to one thing, and it's connection with your higher self. And just as the Halls of Amenti is the heart of the earth, our heart space is our place. And as we connect there to the Halls of Amenti, to the solar system sun, as we have gone through all of the levels, that is the connection. That is the unity. That is the oneness. And it's through our empathy and through compassion is a strange word, but it is through our love. And you were saying connecting to people's names gets you to them. Well, all language is a vibration. All sound is a vibration. And all that really exists in this world is light, and light in motion. So vibration, that name is light in vibration. It is your signature frequency. So it is very possible. It's very understandable through even the most rudimentary science. It's very understandable.
In the Aramaic language, there is this sentence called abracadabra.
Yes.
Abracadabra means evra kadabra, which is I will create as I speak.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I don't know why.
Nobody ever defines that.
I don't know why J.K. Rowling decided it's a death spell, but it's not a death spell, it's a creation spell.
Yeah. Well, she says abracadabra, as in cadaver. But yes, it's abracadabra like we all grew up hearing and seeing.
Yeah, abracadabra, it's I will create as I speak.
That's good. That's
beautiful.
Good. Never knew what that means.
Okay, I really enjoyed this sharing this meeting.
Yes.
And we can do other episodes of other journeys, and I know some great spaces in the 5th and the 6th and the 7th dimensions and in other places, in other planets.
Yeah.
And we can, as much as I allow myself to open the right side of the brain and channel more, I sort of like shy away from it.
Yeah.
Maybe it's because I grew up in a family with many people who have manic depression, bipolar. I'm sort of like, although I'm a channeler, I'm sort of like afraid to express myself because
Yeah.
I'm afraid to get crazy. But I'm in the process of allowing myself to be more of a channeler and less in an intellectual.
Yeah. Well, and sometimes in the absence of the educational background, there is no choice but to be more of an empathetic, being more of a channeler. Some of us have read too much to do it easily, but yes, it is very possible. It is very enjoyable to channel your own self, to channel the energy of a sun through your heart space. All of those channels, and channel means a conduit. Like channel is a ditch in the ground that lets water through, not necessarily the New Age group has a misconception around channeling, but it's a conduit. It's a way of energy transferring. And just like the walls and wires in the house that transfer power, there's nothing magical to it, but it is a function. It's a wonderful thing.
I think about it as a translator.
Yeah.
Basically, I understood from hugging trees that there is a energetic language that is a language of heart and emotions and thoughts and sensation. When you are hugging a tree, your heart is open like whoa.
Yeah.
And basically, the alphabet, the alphabet of this language is yes is opening, and no is closing down.
That's right.
And this is the really the basic of this language. And like in math, you have like axiom, which is the basic understanding. And for me, like when I teach about the first thing I'm going to say to people who come to me to learn about the initiation into the order of Melchizedek, I ask them, how do you know what is truth and what is false? And this is the alphabet. This is the beginning of understanding the language of the universal language of energy. And from there on, you can go on to all the other letters of the alphabet.
Yes, but that's the start. Yes and no is the start.
Yeah.
It's hard for, I haven't spoken any light language at all, but when I listen to people, there's just such a, you know what's being said, you feel it in your heart, and it's a universal language, and there may be even different dialects of light language. As long as it comes from the heart, it's universally understood, and it's a beautiful thing that I've enjoyed more and more listening to, and people singing. It's just beautiful.
There's an energetic connection, even if there's not a left brain understanding.
Yes.
There's a right brain.
It comprehends. It just knows.
Okay, so I think we would like to close this session. I really want to thank you for joining me in this journey. And we are recording it and would like to make it available to everybody all around the world to join us in this